Hi everyone. So I wanted to share my practice with you today. I didn't plan for this, but I've been thinking about doing a detox of the mind and body flow, and it kind of came together to me when I was doing my morning walk. And I really wanted to just have you join me on the mat and practice with me as I go. And the concept of this really came about when I was thinking about all the changes that the world is going through, that I'm going through, and how I have moments where I'm resisting the change, where there's just so much going on within me that I really needed to just take a moment to come back onto the mat and flush everything out, really cleanse my mind, my thoughts, cleanse my body internally so that I can create more open pathways within for energy to flow. And I hope you enjoy this. So the only thing we do need today is blocks. If you don't have blocks, you don't have to worry about it. You're still going to be able to navigate through the session without blocks, but I'm having it on my mat so I can show you the different options to level up your practice or use it as an additional support. So we're going to start today in child's pose. So let's go ahead and get ourselves situated in the middle back of your mat. You can untuck your toes, knees at hip width or just slightly apart. You're going to sit those heels back down on your hips down to those heels, and let's go ahead and extend our arms forward. Close your eyes. Just release the forehead down towards the mat. Gently draw your head up. We're going to walk your hands over to the left side. And then gently release, coming back to center, stretching over to the right. And let's return back to the place of center. Taking a few more breaths here, just elongate and release through the low back. Okay. Let's go ahead and rise our body up. We're going to start in our cat and cow pose. So you want to come on to hands and knees. I'm going to place my knee joints underneath my hips at hip width, placing my hands also at shoulder width. And let's go ahead and just take a moment here. Just rock the hips side to side, exploring into your body. And then returning back to a place of center. We're going to draw your hips up, compress into the low back, lifting your heart space forward. And then gently press through the heels of your hands, round into your back, chin tucked to your chest. And then go ahead and roll that tailbone up, lift your heart space forward. And then softly surrender, closing into your heart space, opening into the upper back. We're going to repeat this motion here at your own pace. If you like to close your eyes, Turn your attention inward to where you are in this moment. Return back into your tabletop pose, dropping your gaze down right between your hands. Just softly place the hands forward in front of your shoulders, spreading the fingertips wide. Ideally, your index or your middle finger is pointing towards the top of your mat. We're going to curl the toes in and just softly lift the hips as high as you can. You can micro bend into the knees or down dog. I want you to draw the heels down towards the mat, grounding into your space and stillness. And just explore how the entire length of your body feels here. Begin to pedal into your feet one by one. So as you're pedaling into your feet, you're going to feel the rhythm of your heart space and your breath start to work a little harder. So you want to control the rhythm of that breath. Guide the movement, sync it with your breath. Let's go ahead and stretch the heels down. Start to look at your toes. You can micro bend into your knees. Continue to push that upper body back towards the hips. And when I say that, you want to feel yourself trying to press your belly closer and moving it towards the upper thighs. Melting your head between your upper arms for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and lift the heels high. You're going to bend your knees. Look to your hands. You're going to step, hop, or walk your feet forward. Guiding your hands up onto your shin, halfway lift. And go ahead and exhale. Just round into your back. Let's do 2 more times. Hands onto your shin. Lift your gaze up. On the exhale, release forward. Last time. On your inhale, feel yourself lifting your heart space forward, lengthening into your spine. And then exhale, hinging forward from your hips, placing hands to opposite forearms, chin tucked to your chest. Just close your eyes. Deep breaths here. And then drop your arms down towards the mat. Chin tucked to your chest so the back of your neck is relaxed. Micro bend into your knees. You're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time, your head last. As the head rises, I want you to shrug the shoulders up towards your ears. Rotate them back and down, allowing your palms to face forward. Open your eyes. And let's go ahead and start with a half sun A flow. So you want to take your feet slightly apart or next to each other. We're going to inhale, circle the arms up, guiding your gaze up towards the fingertips. Exhale, hinge from your hips forward. Placing your hands up onto your shin, halfway left. Exhale, fold forward. Pressing down through your heels as inhale, circle the arms all the way up towards the sky. And then exhale, hands down to the heart center. We're going to do that 2 more times. Draw your breath in. Flow the arms up. Exhale. Hinge forward, lean forward, and release down. Guide the hands up to your shin, halfway lift. And exhale, release forward. Pressing down through your heels, we're going to circle the arms up towards the sky. And then bring the hands down to the heart center. Start to deepen into this next set. Inhale, lift the arms up. Feel the expansive breath. Exhale, release down. Draw the hands up onto your shin, halfway lift. Exhale, release down. Press through your heels. Let's go ahead and lift and roll and guide the arms up. Hands down to the heart center. Beautiful. Take a moment. Observe your breath. Start to cool down the body. We're going to move into our sun salutation A. So there are obviously different modifications for this. So the first set, I'm going to do it in the modified version. The second set, I'll guide it up into the full expression of the posture. Let's go ahead. Feet together, slightly apart. Ready? Inhale, circle the arms up towards the sky. On your exhale, lean forward from your hip space. Guide the hands up onto the shin, halfway lift. And go ahead and place the hands down to the mat. Bend your knees if you need to. Step back into a plank. Notice how my hips are a little parallel to the mat. I'm going to lower my knees down behind my hips. And then exhale, chaturanga. Bend your elbows close to your chest. Untuck your toes. Let the hips drop. And then inhale, lift into cobra. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, let the chest rise down. Tuck your toes in. Knee push up, so you're pressing only the upper body up, knees on the mat. And then exhale, fall back into your down dog. 3 breaths here. Lift your heels high. Go ahead and bend your knees. Step or walk it up. Draw your gaze forward, halfway left. And then exhale, release down. Let's cycle the arms up towards the sky. And exhale, bring the hands down to the heart center. Let's go ahead and come into our second set. You're going to inhale, lift the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Hands onto your shin, halfway left. And then gently lower down. This is a full expression. You're still going to step back into a plank. If you like to come down to your knees, you can. Notice how my hip is parallel towards the mat. On my exhale, I want to bend my elbows, keeping my inner arms close to my chest, coming down halfway, elbows at a 90-degree angle. Untuck my toes to lower my hips. And then inhale, lift my chest up to cobra. Lower your chest down. Tuck your toes in. Choose a knee plank or the full expression. Push up into a full plank and then shift back into down dog. Let's go ahead and lift the heels up. Bend your knees, step or walk it up. Hands onto the shin, halfway left. Exhale, fold forward. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and circle the arms up towards the sky. Draw the hands down to your heart center. We're going to do 3 more sets of this. So let's do 1 collective set together. And then 2 sets, you're going to free flow to how you're feeling. Ready? Feet together, slightly apart. Let's go ahead and inhale, flow the arms up, let it feel good. Exhale, release down. Guide the hands up onto your shin, halfway left. And then slowly step back into your plank. On your knees or full expression, exhale.
Bend your elbows. Your elbows should be at 90 degrees here. When you come down, untuck your toes, lower the hips. Ready? Press to the mat, lift the heart space up. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes in. When you're ready, push up into your plank. Push back into your down dog. And then release the heels up to bend your knees. Let's step or walk it up. Draw your gaze forward halfway left. And then slowly lower your body down. Descend the arms up towards the sky. Bring the hands down to the heart center. Close your eyes. Take a moment here just to check in with where you are in your mind and body. So our bodies feel very different every single day of every moment. Some days you need to energize, other days you need to ground. So ask yourself, did you come back on this mat to ground your energy, to relax and flow, or did you need to energize and strengthen that body? And whatever your answer is will dictate what you're going to do next. So if you're looking to ground today, slow down, love yourself a little bit more, I ask you to stay where you are. Just lower the arms down, palms facing forward, your mountain pose. You're going to do a quiet standing meditation. If, however, you are looking for energetic heat through your body, something to kick yourself off for the day, I would recommend taking 2 more sun salutation A's at your own pace. Really focus and hone in on the structure of your flow and connect to that breath. Now, whatever you decided, we're going to take a few minutes here. Go ahead, start whenever you're ready, and I'll be here when you're done. Allow your mind and your body to connect in a way that is calm and serene, drawing mindfulness through movement or just simply through your breath. Time and time again, when you're on this mat with me today, we are going to give you the opportunity to flow at your own pace. And the reason being is because you came back onto this mat for you. I'm simply here to guide the practice, but you are your own teacher on the mat. You are guiding, you are checking in with yourself, and periodically, when you need to slow down, step back. When you need to flow forward, take additional movements, level up as you need to. So we're going to begin to all meet back on the mat, standing, our arms along the sides of our body with our mountain pose. To continue the rest of our practice here, open your eyes. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let's circle the arms up towards the sky. And just exhale, hinge forward from your hips, guiding the hands down onto your shin, lift halfway up. Now wrap your hands behind your calves. Go ahead and just start holding that belly towards the upper thigh. Start to tuck the chin to your chest. Feel the top of your head reaching and pointing down towards the mat. And then gently just micro bend into your knees. You're going to swing the arms all the way back, chair pose. Lift the belly off your thighs, lift the arms up towards the ears. You're sitting your hips back, and then very gently press your energy up, guiding hands down to the heart center. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands onto your shin, halfway lift. Exhale to wrap the arms behind your calves. Pull the upper body in. For 3, 2, 1. Good. Bend your knees to fly the arms back. Chair pose. Lift the arms up towards your ears. Start to sit the hips a little lower, shifting knees back towards the hips. You're leaning most of your body weight back, extending your chest forward, balancing your body here. And then lower the arms down. So your arms are parallel, so 4 palms facing in. Take a moment, sit the hips one step lower. And on your breath in, you're going to slowly rotate the left arm back, coming into your twist. And then release that left arm forward. Draw a breath in, and then exhale, twist over to the right. So that 2 more cycles, bring the right arm in, and then exhale, left arm back. Draw your breath in to bring the left arm in. Exhale, rotate the right arm back. Beautiful, last time. And bring it in, exhale, twist. Last time, bring it in, exhale, twist to the right. And then come back, drawing the right arm back to center. Swing the arms back, and inhale, lift up. Reaching up for the skies, palms to touch, lean back, flow back, pressing those hips forward. 3, 2, 1, and then exhale, fold forward. Take a few moments here just to step the feet at hip width, creating some space for the belly, letting the upper body just hang loose. And then slowly bend your knees, hands onto the mat. Let's go ahead and step back to that down dog. Take a few grounding breaths here. Gently lift the right leg all the way back. Beautiful. You're going to lift that left heel high. You're going to step that right foot between your hands. So go ahead, bring that right knee forward to your chest, shift body weight forward. Step the right foot up between your hands. At this point, start to check in with your body. Notice how my left heel is kind of closer down to the mat. I want to shimmy my left toe back, so I'm hiking up onto my left toes. Now I have really short arms, so I'm really lifting up onto my fingertips. If you have short arms like I do, you can always come onto your blocks and adjusting the height of your blocks, so this way you're not really sinking into your shoulders. You have additional height to help you go deeper into the hips. Now I'm bending my right knee over my right heel. I'm allowing space to drop my hip space down, so I'm opening into the front left hip flexor. We're going to take a moment here, just breathe. And then slowly go ahead and lower that left knee down onto the mat. Still tucking into the back foot. And just inhale, rise the arms up towards the sky. Start to bend through the right knee, lower the hips, and then lean the upper body back for 3, 2, 1. And we're gonna lower the hands back down on towards the blocks. Take a moment here and then flex the right foot. Go ahead and shift your hips back. If you can't shift your hips back with your arms straight, walk your blocks or your hands back with you. Start to feel yourself elongating your tailbone towards the back of your mat. And then on your inhale, lift your chest forward, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, bend your elbows, round your spine as you fold the forehead down towards that right. And then release, go ahead and step the right foot forward. Beautiful. At this time, I want you to bring the blocks up. You're gonna come back onto that lunge. You're gonna lift the left knee up. The only difference here this time is we're gonna come into that twist. So I wanna make sure my left hand is underneath my left shoulder. I'm gonna start to bring my right hand onto my right thigh and then start to work that left shoulder towards my right leg, rotating my right shoulder back so my chest is facing towards the right side. Your option 1 can stay here, especially if you need a little bit more support. Option 2, I want you to go ahead and fly that right arm up towards the sky. Deepen into the breath. Notice how I'm starting to work my hips face down so I'm not losing my hip stretch. Good. Let's go ahead and lower that right hand down. Now notice how we have our left toes up. I want you to gently step the left foot forward about 1 to 2 inches. This way you can rotate that left heel down at a 45-degree angle. And then slowly you're gonna straighten out the right knee as much as you can. So if you can't, go ahead and micro bend your knees like so. If you need help, maybe you have to take the blocks in your hands further back. You're straightening out the knee as much as you can to your own comfort. Hold it here, then inhale. Once again, lengthen. So you can, instead of rounding your back right away, you can lengthen that chest forward. And then exhale, bend your elbows, tuck the chin down to your chest. And just take a few breaths here. And gently release, lifting your head up. Beautiful. Go ahead and bend through the right knee just to release a little bit and then shift all the way back again, straightening your right leg as much as you can. Now, if you're on blocks, this will help a lot more, but sometimes if you have long arms, your left hand might be able to touch the floor. We're gonna come into a second twist. So while you're here, keep that left shoulder above that left hand. And then very slowly, I'd like to always start by placing my right hand to my right glute. This way I can rotate my right hip in so I'm not popping it out to the right. I'm using my right hand to hug it in to level my hips out and then start to twist my body to the right. And then if you're ready, you can extend that right arm up towards the sky, twisting through your core, lifting your gaze up. You're gonna hold it there for another 3, 2, 1, good. Let's bring that right hand down. Let the right knee bend so you can lift onto that left toe. Go ahead and send your blocks out to the side at this time. I'm gonna have you shift your body weight back. 3-legged down dog, swing the right leg all the way up and back. Bend into the right knee, rotate that right hip up towards the ceiling. Circle out the right hip, let it feel good. And then we're gonna lower down to that down dog. You can stay here or you can go ahead and flow into Vinyasa, whatever you prefer. So from this point on, Vinyasas are completely optional. So really tune into your body. Take modifications on your knees if you like. I know I definitely do that so I don't fatigue into my shoulder injury from before. Just listen. And let's take a gentle break. Come down to your down dog for a moment. Come down to your child's pose. Okay, we're gonna meet back into our down dog. So take your time. And we're working on our left side here. So as you're situating your body, start to lift that left leg up towards the sky. Lift high onto your right toe. As you're bending the left knee toward your chest, shift body weight forward, step the left foot between your hands. Now make sure that left heel is underneath the left knee. Start to adjust for your own body. So I'm walking my right toes back because I want a deeper stretch to the front side of my right hip. And then I'm going to just actively start to bend the left knee over my left heel, letting my hips sink a little deeper. Short arm problems, if you have blocks, go ahead and grab your blocks. Place them right underneath your shoulders to elevate the body for support. And then go ahead and just drop your gaze down towards the mat. Even close your eyes if that helps. Let's go ahead and just gently release the right knee down on towards the mat. Soften the arms away from your floor so you can lift the arms up towards the sky. Requires an element of balance, but you got this. Bend the left knee over your left heel, let the hip space sink a little further down. And once you start to roll the upper body back, you're going deeper into the top side of that right front hip flexor. 3, 2, 1, and let's go ahead and release the hands down. Start to tuck the right toe. Flex the left foot as you go. Straighten out the left leg, shifting your body weight back. As always, walk the hands back if you need to for that additional extension of your left leg. If you don't need to, you can walk the hands forward. The key here really is to feel the hip space extending backwards. You're flexing your feet so you're getting into a deeper stretch through the back side of the calves and hamstrings. You're opening your heart space forward on that breath in, and then finally, we exhale to fold forward. Beautiful. Lift your head up. And then go ahead and just step the left foot down. We're going to come back into a lunge position. This is really great for a slight strength into your body while detoxifying through the twist. So I'm just going to lift my right knee back into that lunge position. Adjust my right hand underneath my right shoulder. Place my left hand onto my left thigh to help me turn and twist over to the left. There you go. So at this point, sometimes our hips want to pop up as you're doing this. And if you are, go ahead and take this moment to bend the left knee. Really feel yourself sinking the hips down, allowing yourself to really press that right thigh back into the right hamstring. Legs are straight, legs are engaged. And option 1, stay here. Option 2, go ahead and just reach that left arm up towards the sky. go ahead and release the left hand down. At this point, step the right toe up 1 or 2 inches. This way you can rotate the right heel down at a 45-degree angle. Take this time to straighten out the left leg as much as you can, kind of work into it. If you need help, maybe bring the arms and the blocks back a little more. And then go ahead and just start to tuck the chin to your chest. Imagine you want to roll that forehead towards your left knee. Your elbows might need to bend in order to create this forward fold. And if you can't, honor your body at the stage that it's in. Beautiful. Lift your head up. And you're just going to gently bend into that left knee just to feel the release, and then go ahead and shift back again. Keeping that right hand underneath the right shoulder, let's go ahead and bring the left hand onto your left hip. So the reason I recommend this is because if I don't do that, sometimes I like my left hip to pop out and I just go ahead and focus on the twist. When in reality, I should also let my left hip readjust back into the midline, rolling the left hip back inwards towards my right hip. And this way I'm really feeling that nice glute left side of my leg twist right here. Left hip feels so good, but really sore. Then once you have your twist in, you've adjusted the lower body, hugging it into the midline. Then you can reach the left arm up. And then release, letting the left hand sit down so you can bend into the left knee. Taking this time to adjust your blocks out to the side. Hands frame your left foot, and let's 3-legged down dog it back. Bend your left knee. Rotate the left hip up towards the sky, and we're just circling out into the left hip to feel good. Start to lower down into your down dog. You can stay here with me. If you want to go into your vinyasa, feel free. And once you're ready, we're all going to lower down into child's pose. Taking a few moments to ground into your breath and release the low back. Nice. Let's go ahead and come back onto our hands and knees for a moment. We're going to shift back into down dog for one last flow. Starting on the right side, we're going to pick up the right leg and then lift that left heel high. There you go. Beautiful. From here, step the right foot back between your hands. At this point, go ahead and adjust your legs back into that lunge position. Your right knee above your right heel. Left toes underneath the left heel. Good, beautiful. Now at this point, we're not going to use blocks. We're actually going to come up into crescent, step by step. So come up onto your right thigh. Beautiful. So if you notice yourself sinking in like so, I want you to use your hands, push your belly away from the upper thigh. You're doing a lot of strengthening engagement here enough already, so you can stay here if you like. Option 2, your hands come into your heart center. Option 3, if you have balance, arms up towards the sky for crescent, or just holding it here for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Go ahead and lower it down. Let the left knee drop down to the mat. We're just taking a break here. And we're going to come into twist. So come back up. So arms are rising back into Anjaneyasana. You're lowering your hands down so they're parallel to the floor, palms in. Now, keep the hip stretch going. So you're literally just bending the right knee, letting the hip space kind of anchor down. Your upper body's going to twist. So breathe in. Exhale, twist the right arm out. There you go. And then inhale, breathe back in. Just going to do that one more time. This time you're going to twist and you're going to hold so you can bring your hands into heart center. Now start to wedge that left elbow or left upper arm to the outside of your right thigh. Your palms are together. Now make sure you're not shrugging your right shoulder up to your right ear like this. You'll notice because your right elbow is facing straight up to the ceiling. Relax the right shoulder. Your right elbow should be facing towards the back of your mat. There you go. Notice how my right hand and my hands are centered to one side of my shoulder. I want to go deeper into my twist, and if you can, start to twist over to the right, guiding your hands closer towards the center of your chest, even if it's just 1 to 2 inches. Beautiful. You're going to take a couple breaths here. So I said I will give you guys options to level up, right? If you want to level up, engage those quads, the left leg, tuck the left toe, lift the left knee. You have 3, 2, 1. Woo. Lower down, reverse out, flow back forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down, catch your breath. Lift the left knee, slide it back into 3-legged down dog. Oh my goodness, my hips. And lower the right foot down. You can take a break into down dog. Flow into a vinyasa. So honestly, my practice lately may be a hybrid of this and a lot of down dogs instead of just straight flows. Because sometimes when we're doing those strength holds, static holds, you're really strengthening into your body. You can feel the heart rate pumping. If you need a break, there's nothing wrong with that. All right, let's come down to that break quote. Child's pose. Take a few breaths there. So the really, really lovely thing, I know that we're not doing this in person, but the lovely thing about coming back onto the mat and doing it virtually is that you can pause and go as you need to. You can flow, especially for the classes that I have. I try to encourage you guys to have space to kind of chill out when you need to, when we're having more of a advanced practice and really tuning into your body for mindfulness in the process too. Let's go ahead, maybe back into down dog. This time we're working onto the left side. This is our last flow, so really give yourself everything you have. Go ahead and lift the left leg all the way up towards the sky, right heel high, step the left foot through. And you're adjusting for your body here. So I'm scooching my right toe back to straighten out my right leg. I'm bending through my left knee, allowing it to sit above my left heel so my hips can lower down. Taking a few breaths just right here to kind of feel out that front right hip flexor. And then walking my hands up to the left thigh. So my body is literally just anchoring down towards my left thigh right now. I want to lift my upper body up, lifting my belly away from that upper left thigh. Option 1 can stay here. So option 2, hands are coming into prayer. Option 3, your arms are up toward the ceiling. Whichever option you're taking, make sure you're modifying your body. Keep straightening out the right leg. Feel that right quad pressing back to that right thigh. I know it burns. Stay with me. 3, 2, 1. Lower your hands down. Drop the right knee down onto the mat. Let the legs rest, and then rise the arms up. So at this time, you're still bending through the left knee. You're opening to that front right hip flexor still. And you're just going to lower the arms down so the palms face in and they're parallel to your mat. Ready? Twist the left arm back. And then on your breath in, come back forward. We're going to hold, so you want to twist again, but this time, place the hands to your heart in prayer. You're going to lower that right elbow down. So you'll notice I break my prayer apart because I find it easier to be able to hook my right arm when I separate my hands. Then I bring it together. At this point, check again. Make sure you're not shrugging the left shoulder up. Left elbow's not facing the ceiling. Your left elbow's facing towards the back of your mat. Left shoulder relax so you have space to show off your left neck. Now gently press to the hands so you can twist over to the left. There you go. Keep bending through the left knee so you're slowly going deeper into the hips. Option 1, you're staying here. Option 2, lift the right knee up. A little bit more engagement and strength required for 3, 2, 1. Right knee down. Gently reverse lift. Open the arms. Draw the left arm forward. Arms up. And then hands down. Let's take a break. So we're going to lift the right knee up. Take it back to 3-legged down dog. Feel that beautiful release to your hips. And then just lower the left foot down. You can stay here. You can flow into Vinyasa. Or you can just join me as I'm just pedaling into my feet. Really letting my body feel good in the movement that I need in this time. Once you're done, we're going to meet into child's pose and start to wind down our practice. So I'm starting to take my knees a little further out to create space for my belly. Go ahead and just let the arms stretch forward and really relax that upper arm and shoulder space. So just close your eyes. Use this time to slow down that heart rate, to cool down your body. And then go ahead and start to walk your hands in towards your knees. Roll that upper body up. Letting your head come up plus. Letting the blood flow return back to the body here. And once you're ready, we're going to swing the legs forward. Come into your seated pose. So everything we did is literally to come into this very moment. Your body strengthened. Your body's warmed up. It feels that generous heat you created. So it's nice and open and really time for a good stretch.
So go ahead, hands on your knees, comfortable seated position. And we're just going to cycle the arms, circle the arms up. Exhale, go ahead and hinge forward from your hips. You're seated forward fold. So you're taking this time to still root that tailbone down onto the mat, extending your arms forward. And then walk your hands over to the left. You can draw the right hand closer over to the left hand. And then draw the hands back forward to walk over to the right. And then walk the hands back to the center to roll the upper body up. Hope you're feeling good. So let's go ahead and start to stretch our legs out in a straddle position. So your wide leg stance. If you need to shift those blocks away, you can. And then when you're ready, go ahead and just rock the hips side to side, flex into the feet. And you're gonna hinge forward from your hips and lower it down. Some of us can just bring our forearms down, and perhaps you might want to walk your hands forward and really feel yourself extending that full body weight down. So really listen to your body as you're doing this. I'm going to provide you a good minute here. So just work into your forward fold at your own pace. Hi. Start to bring your arms back in. Start to very gently bend into your knees so you can help yourself to extend those legs up and forward. Use your hands, rock the hips side to side. And let's do one last forward fold. You're lifting your arms up and go ahead and exhale, fold forward. So you can choose to point your toes, relax your feet, flex into your feet. Honestly, really whatever feels good for your body. For my tips and tricks on doing a forward fold like so, sometimes it helps for people to maybe open their legs at hip width, just you're creating that motion of a little bit hip distance, more space for the belly to fold forward. Another one that I really enjoy, especially if I have those days of tight hamstrings, I micro bend into my knees, flex into my feet. And then for my students who are super flexible, if you're noticing that you're flexing your feet, you're reaching for, there's like a huge gap between your hands and your feet, like so. I like to bring my blocks behind the soles of my feet. So it creates this extra like extension as if you have extra long legs. So you can grab onto the edge of the block and then just really slowly bend into your elbows, giving yourself the opportunity to deepen into your body. Okay, let's go ahead and roll our body up. We're gonna come towards the top of our mat. So you're gonna scoot yourself to the top of your mat. I'm gonna position myself forward here. And I'm just gonna wrap my arms behind my thighs. And I'm just gonna roll up and back down. Just massaging into my upper low back. And then when you're ready, go ahead and just roll all the way down. You're still hugging your arms around the back of your thighs. But this time you're just gonna bring them up onto your shins and rock left and right. Go ahead and just stretch that left leg all the way forward so you can bring the right knee in to your chest. And just softly gaze over to the right shoulder so you can spread the right arm out and use the left hand to guide the right knee over to the left side. So every twist we've done in this practice is true symbolism of fleshing out toxic thoughts, fleshing out toxic elements of our body. And when we detox, it really does create a space to flush out the old so we can bring the new in. Let's go ahead and bring the right knee back into your chest and give yourself a gentle hug with the right knee. And then stretch the right leg down as you're bringing that left leg into your chest. Slowly turn over to the left. Let the left arm stretch out, and you're going to bring that left knee over to the right. Draw the breath down to the belly. And then release. We're going to bring the left knee back towards the center. Start to massage that left leg towards the body, hugging it in. And then go ahead and just stretch the left leg out. Adjust it into your hips. And I'm going to bring the feet onto the mat at hip distance, your heels coming closer towards your buttocks. Now you're feeling a lot of weight pressing down through the heels. You're going to let the arms sit next to your hips and just gently roll the hips up towards the sky, one vertebrae at a time.
And as you're doing this, your option one is to stay here. Option two, we're going to interlace the fingers behind your low back and starting to roll each shoulder behind your upper back. This way, when you start to push the forearms into the floor, you have momentum to lift the hips a little higher. Your chin is tucked towards your chest. Your knees might waver out to the side. So really engage the inner thighs and just let the knees come back in at that hip width. You can feel the engagement of your inner thighs once you start to kind of feel that clasp coming in. For 3, 2, 1. Relax the arms and then lower your hips down. Beautiful. Take the knees up towards your chest. Spread the arms wide. And just very gently start to massage the mid-back as you're rocking side to side. You're going to do this at your own pace. So as you're starting to rock left and right, start to relax your lower back down. Eventually, you're starting to rock from hip to hip. You can take additional movements here to massage your low back, like circling into the knees. For those who would like to lubricate into their hip joint, you can bring your hands onto your knees to help you kind of circle out the knees outwards, creating external rotation, soft, gentle movements. If you need internal rotation, circle the knees inward. Okay, let's go ahead. Just relax your arms down. And just very gently, we're going to stimulate some blood flow within the lower body. But this time, just gently tap your heels towards the back of your glutes. As you're doing this, create a gentle fist, like a small fist with your hands, and go ahead and just tap along the sides of your buttocks, your hips, your outer thighs, tops of your thighs. And then go ahead and just relax. Stretch the left leg down, right leg forward. Our final Shavasana. You're going to close your eyes. Come back to your breath. Allow every breath in to flow calm, soothing energy back into your mind, your body. And for every exhale that recedes and flows out your breath, start to release a thought. Feel the weight of your body sink deeper and surrender to the Mother Earth below you.
deep breath in, a deep breath out. As your mind and body settles in, I like to take this moment to share a passage out of my journal and reflection. About a few days ago, I was in a very negative headspace. A lot of my healing process for the last year or two has been physical from my 2 car accidents. But more recently, as I started to get stronger and recover, I've realized that I've never taken the time to heal in a very mental, emotional, and spiritual sense. And as someone who has a tendency to constantly move and always adapt to new things and propel forward in life, and it has always been hard to slow down, even though I advocate for it. Slowing down for me is very hard as well. There are times that I'm unable to do so, and when I step off the mat, it becomes harder. So I'm always on my mat more often than not when I'm in that state of mind, trying to desperately calm down and soothe down. So a few days ago, I was struggling with that mindset of being okay and giving myself permission to embrace the necessary changes that I'm making to love myself more and really tune into the healing process, to really reflect on everything that has happened, everything that's going on, and being okay when I'm not feeling okay. And I think a lot of us can relate to that because we all are experiencing things in various aspects in our life, whether from the past, present, or for the foreseeable future. And so, with the struggle and how down um, I was having severe anxiety and severe depression from it all. And one of my friends I was talking to shared something with me. And when I read it the other morning when I woke up, it brought so much strength and much needed courage to be able to kind of carry through in a way that I know that I'm on the right path. And so I really wanted to share some thoughts on that. And I will share with you the entire passage that they passed along to me in my upcoming email. But what I really got out of it is this. When life feels like it is changing or falling into pieces, remind yourself that you're not falling apart. Life presents challenges and experiences to us so we can transcend, evolve, and grow. We may feel the growing pains of the changes around us, but what's happening is a process of us getting rid of the things and the people in our lives that are holding us back from manifesting our best selves. It may not seem like it at the moment, but the pieces are not falling down. The pieces are merely being put into place. So relax. Take a deep breath. And let those things you no longer need fall down. Stop clinging to the pieces that are no longer serving you. Let them fall. Let them go. Because one day you'll realize that you're not changing, you're becoming a person of light, love, charity, hope, courage, joy, grace, and compassion. Give yourself the permission to trust that you are on a journey of becoming. A moment of silence. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, open your mouth. Softly move into your body. Your fingertips, your toes, lifting your arms behind your head. Placing your feet onto the mat. Roll over to your favorite side. For the last time, let us give ourselves the utmost kindness, a sense of compassion. Bring yourself back to a seated pose, resting your palms together to your heart space. As you gently bow your head down, thank you for allowing me to guide your practice. With the light and love in my heart, I honor the light and love within yours. Wherever you are, may life bring forth light, love, happiness, and peace to you, your family, and friends. Let us lift your head up and open your eyes. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed that. Every month, I will send out a new video, and I'll typically record it on my strongest days during my healing journey and healing process. And so, like I said earlier, a few days ago, I wasn't doing so well. But today I felt light and I felt hope. I felt strength and I felt courage. And on those days, we definitely need to hold on to those moments as our light to guide us through the moments of darkness. And I really wanted to take this moment to also say thank you.
Thank you to everyone who has reached out to me during this time. And I know that I've been stepping back more and more, slowly taking a break from teaching in person to now my online classes. But I do miss each and one of you. And I do hear you. I read your messages. I love connecting with you. So please stay connected. I really appreciate all the love and support. And I always love hearing how you're doing. So I hope you enjoy this practice. If you take anything away while we're on the mat today, it's just remember, with everything going on right now, with whatever is going on in your life, don't see them as changes. Don't see yourself going through changes that are uncontrollable or feel like things are starting to fall apart and they're broken. Very much like the passage I read, we're not broken, we're not falling apart. Pieces of our lives are not just rolling out onto the floor. They're meant to be there for a moment in time so we can reflect upon it and see if we really need to pick those pieces back up, if we need to let go of certain things in our lives, and that perhaps in a time of change and perhaps in a time where pieces of our lives feel like they're falling apart, it's a higher manifestation and meaning and symbolism to the fact that we're evolving or transcending or becoming who we are always meant to be, because we need to shed some parts of ourselves in order to create space for the new version of ourselves, the better version of ourselves to peer through. So I hope that really inspires you. I am going to include it in my messaging and my email that I always send you guys, but I will hopefully put it also in the description of the YouTube video so that you guys enjoy it as well and find some courage and strength in it. I miss you all, and I look forward to connecting with you again. Namaste. Bye.